Okay, we're live. Hello and welcome to today's 5 at 5 show. And obviously, me and Boria sir are still in London, and
You will
obviously,
be in London for a good
yes.
2 weeks, my friend, till the test match. So game doesn't end. Tomorrow is the
Yes.
semi-final. You'll cover that. Don't worry.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I understand the disappointment,
Yeah.
but the disappointment is real. But
Yeah.
sport doesn't stop, and you will stay on in London, cover the women's test match.
Yes.
That will be an exciting occasion at Lord's.
Yes, as sir mentioned, me and Trishati both will be there till the test match, and after that, Trishati will be there for other stuff also. The ODI series, the men's.
The-
You will be back again.
Yes, I'll be back again. I'm actually leaving for India tonight to go see family, and Trisha and Snehashish will be in London for the women's semi-finals and of course the final, and they will then stay on for the very very important and historic India versus England women's test match at Lord's. It's never happened.
Oh yes.
The first time at Lord's, Indian women versus England women.
And it's sold out.
It's sold out. I mean, 35,000 tickets sold. So you'll have a solid crowd. So Trisha and Snehashish will do the women. Rohit Juglan and Amit Shah, they are reaching Durham in about 3 hours from now. So they will do the men's T20 starting the first. So you'll have lots of coverage on Rev Sports. Two of our women cricket experts and specialists, two of our men's cricket correspondents, all of them will be here, and I will be back myself on the 12th of July. I'll come straight into Birmingham and do the men's ODIs, and then go on. Rohan joins us then, and we go on to Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games. Trisha, Rohan and I, we go to Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games. So plenty of coverage, as you can understand, will continue. Plus you have multiple people at FIFA. You have Abhijit Deshmukh, Dulal De, both of them reporting from the US for FIFA. So sports continues. I understand your heartbreak, and I appreciate the commitment. Trisha, in fact, even because of the heartbreak, literally broke her finger in despair, and she was crying. So, joking, did not break the finger, but she got badly hurt in her frustration at Lord's yesterday. So, what's the way forward? Snehashish is the question.
Yes, that's the bigger question now. What's the way forward for this Indian women's team in T20Is? Sir, whatever the quality of cricket we have seen, we saw, in this tournament, I think in the group stage, I think it is now quite evident for everyone that before the tournament kicked off, it was quite clear that you have to defeat a top team between South Africa and Australia, at least. And it was quite sure that you will definitely defeat teams like Netherlands, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. And they did. Yeah, maybe against Bangladesh could have been a more convincing way, but still they managed to defeat that. But when it comes to South Africa, they lost, and then comes to Australia, we saw what happened at Lord's. So, sir, how do you see that? Going forward, how do you see the change in approach? Maybe the lack of intensity, what the team needs to improve. What are the steps that you're looking forward from this team going into the T20s in upcoming years?
Very, very important question, Snehashish. Very, very important question. I mean, when you take a look at your T20 team, and I've written a column for tomorrow on similar lines. When you take a look, you tell me hand on heart, don't you think that this is an expected result? It is.
Yes.
So while we are all disappointed, we are all disappointed, but kind of face it that
We knew that it can happen.
we were actually kind of expecting that this can happen, which is why I was saying a million times, don't leave it to Lords, because I didn't see this Indian side beat Australia. South Africa, yes, South Africa could have been beaten. They've also had a poor tournament.
Yes.
They had a poor tournament, only that one match they played reasonably well, beat us. India could have beaten South Africa. But when I think that, you have the Champions Trophy next year, then you have the Olympics in 28, and that's a huge thing. First time cricket coming back since 1900. If you think the Olympics and you want a medal, you want a medal, both men and women. And then you have the T20 World Cup again, right, in 28. Now, when I think of all of this, and I think, can this team win me a medal? I'm not sure. Because Australia, South Africa, and England, can they win gold, silver, bronze? Can India break that and come in? West Indies is also there, or Olympics is a different ballgame. But when I see Australia, South Africa, and England, possibly even New Zealand, they'll also resurrect. I'm not sure about India's medal, and that's what alarms me. Chalo yaar, World Cup to theek hai, you'll win sooner than later. It's ultimately a single sport. But you're playing the Olympic Games. The men will win, and you can say for sure that unless something dramatic happens, don't tell me Ireland. It was obviously an aberration, and you went there 2 days in advance. You won't take the Olympics lightly. No chance. Olympics, Indian men will win a medal. And if you're women, this team plays. Are you winning a medal?
At
Maybe
current
not. Current situation, no. And that tells me that fresh ideas are needed, fresh impetus is needed, fresh thinking is needed, maybe change in personnel. Now, asking you, you've covered women's cricket more than me. Do you think leadership change is needed? Because Harmanpreet Kaur as a batter was still the best yesterday. That innings was class, was magnificent. But does Harmanpreet Kaur, the leader, inspire confidence in the sense 2024 group stage exit, 2026 group stage exit, and don't mix formats. Don't come and tell me, "Arey, she won a World Cup 7 months back." It's a different format. Don't come and tell me it's Shubman Gill is India's captain in red ball. Shubman Gill doesn't even get a space in the T20 format. So don't come and tell me Harmanpreet Kaur won a World Cup 7 months back. It is a very different format and a very different game. So that's the question I'm asking you. What do you reckon? Do we need fresh ideas? If so, who? Who are the players? Do we need leadership change? If so, who? Has Smriti done enough? When I take a look at Smriti and we build Smriti up, are you happy with the way Smriti has gone?
See, I think both me and Trisha, they have been saying this. I think after the 2025 ODI World Cup triumph, I think that was the moment where the change should have been happened. I think Smriti Mandhana should have become the captain of the team, at least in the T20Is. I think at that point she could have get that 1 year time to build a team and then go for this World Cup. But see, I think now it's done and dusted. Harmanpreet was your captain and still she is. But now I think it's high time to talk about that and to think, to rethink about the captaincy and even the coach. I don't know about the Amol Sir situation, what will be that, but I think with captaincy, I think it's high time to look ahead of Harmanpreet Kaur, especially in T20Is. But options, as you mentioned, Smriti Mandhana, the vice captain.
Only option, yeah.
Yes, there was a name of someone like Jemima Rodriguez after that knock in semi-final and everything, and now she's captaining in WPL also for Delhi Capitals. But where is the performance? You don't need a non-performing player to be your captain, right? You need your captain or leader to be able to lead from the front with performance. So if someone like Smriti Mandhana or Jemima Rodriguez doesn't perform in this format in a consistent manner, then how can you name that player as your leader? That cannot help you in a long run. So I think that is the point. Yes, if you guys can come and say Smriti Mandhana has 2 WPL titles, definitely. I think she has lead RCB in a very well manner. She has scored runs for them as well. But the same kind of performance, the consistency we need from her in Indian jersey as well also. So I think then you can name, okay, Smriti Mandhana. But other than these two, there are no such names. You can say in terms of experience, Deepti Sharma. Deepti Sharma is not captaining in WPL as well. She has not done that well in WPL. So I think an inconsistency again for Deepti. If you see, she began with a 5, then 1 wicket, and then where was Deepti Sharma? 1 wicket in the Australia game, but that was valiant. It didn't make any set that kind of a difference at all. So I think the big names that can be your leader from this team, from this bunch, is not giving those performances that you can put that belief that they can be your leader. So I think that's the bigger concern going forward. But for me, I think more than the leader, I think you need some faces going forward in this format.
Who all are there? Because I know you will tell me, chalo, Amanjot Kaur will make a comeback. I know you will tell me Kashvi will make a comeback, and maybe Pooja Vastrakar, if she's fit, will make a comeback. And these are important players. Kashvi and Amanjot would have filled that, your all-rounder position. Kashvi again is a very, very talented option. And if Pooja Vastrakar does come back after injury, Pooja was a genuine all-rounder. Genuine all-rounder. Anyone else? Let's analyze. I mean, do you reckon somebody in the batting department, do you reckon, can come in? So Jemima Rodriguez, Yastika Bhatia. Yastika Bhatia was playing as a batter, pure batter. Have you been convinced? No. So do you reckon there is anyone who can actually up the ante, score runs quickly, take the game, make a telling contribution? Do you see any such players in the ranks that you reckon, okay, in the next year or so they can make a national team entry and can possibly be in the team for the LA games?
See, I think in this format, India have tried several players in last few months before the World Cup only. And that was quite surprising because if you see, I think in January only, I think it was the home Sri Lanka series maybe, G. Kamalani was there. She was as a wicketkeeper batter. She can open and she can play at numbers 5, 6 also as a finisher because she was fulfilling that role for MI in WPL. For someone like Anushka Sharma, you need to give long run to her, and that was quite surprising to see. Sir,
Brinda Dinesh?
Yeah, Brinda Dinesh, she's doing well in England, but give opportunities for someone like Vaishnavi Sharma. You tried her, but you didn't, persist with her. And that is happening with every series. You tried one person, you giving those debut caps, and after one series, you're not looking forward. For someone like G. Kamalani, what was the reason not taking her into this World Cup? Because when she played for India, definitely she didn't got many chances, but she got injured, unfortunately. Then she made a comeback, scored tons of runs, scored I think big hundreds in domestic cricket also. But after that, we didn't see her making a comeback in the South Africa tour. She should have been there in that tour. Otherwise, what the team did, they brought someone like Anushka Sharma suddenly from one WPL season. Anushka is very talented. She can play for India for a long time. That's another part. But you have to persist with new names. You cannot just bring one player for a certain series and then cannot forget that name. G. Kamalani instead of Yastika Bhatia could have been a better replacement. Who knows? And you are bringing Yastika for a World Cup who has not played a competitive cricket for the last 1.5 years. So what is the logic behind that? So I think these things didn't go right for the team at all.
Some very, very important points, and this is where he clearly follows the women's game extremely closely, and that is why he's kind of able to share each one of these points with us. And for me, even elementary mistakes were there, and that kind of I can't digest. I mean, the moment Australia put you under pressure, you bowled a no ball. The moment Australia put you under pressure, misfield started happening. Come on, at this level, you can't do that. You can't misfield. You can't keep bowling no balls and conceding free. And Australia instantly pounced on the no ball and got a boundary. So the no ball was not, and that one, and come on, all of us were saying Radha Yadav, the bowler, can't match up. That's where I find it bizarre that you bowled Prema Rawat 2 overs against South Africa when everybody failed in that match with the ball except Charani. You did not persist with Prema Rawat. Had you given Prema Rawat the opportunity against Bangladesh, yes, Prema Rawat could have been ready for that Australia game at Lords and could have been a wicket-taking option, which is why you got Prema Rawat into the team. Why would you not persist with Prema Rawat? I mean, the other name that we missed is Shriyanka Patil, who will also make a comeback. But this is my worry. This is my worry with this team, that like all of us welcomed the Prema Rawat call that, oh, you know what, India has gone in with a wicket-taking option and this is how it should be. Then 2 overs and you're dumped. You didn't play in the Bangladesh match, you got Radha Yadav. Bangladesh match, gets three wickets. But the fact is, everybody knew that the 3 wickets will not happen against Australia. Australia, the moment she came, she was bowling at 96, 97 kilometers an hour. Australia pounced on her and just destroyed her. 2 overs, 24, 25 runs. And that's when the match turned on its head. India had control before that over of 4-6, 4-2-1. 17-run over, game done. Elementary, isn't it, Snehashish? Elementary. And this is where it is kind of hurting me that you could have played Prema Rawat in that Bangladesh game, gotten her up to speed, given her the confidence that, you know what, we will play you as a wicket-taking option. Leg spinner always comes, leg spin, and she can bat. She was running well between the wickets. That's been a problem for me. I mean, this, and that kind of makes me ask the question that what about the support staff? What about the support staff? There has to be accountability at every level.
Absolutely. There comes the role of the team management. And as you mentioning Prema Rawat, me and Trisha, they have been saying this from the 2020 ODI World Cup squad announcement, that where is Prema Rawat? Prema Rawat should have been in that squad well, because a leg spinner is always crucial for a team, gives that variety. And she's an excellent fielder and she can bat well. And when you tried so many players, in this format, in the T20 format, like Kamalini, Vaishnavi Sharma, Anushka Sharma, why not Prema Rawat? And I am quite sure the only reason that team brought Prema Rawat in this squad because she was already in England. That is why, because she was with the India A squad already. Yeah, that is why they brought Prema Rawat. Otherwise, if she was in India, I am sure they would brought Sneha saying that you are in the Test squad, come earlier. I am quite sure about that. So I don't know after this ODI, after this T20 World Cup, whether they will stick with Prema Rawat or not. They should, but I don't know what will be their approach to that. But that has been the problem. You are not persisting. Whenever me and Trisha, they have said that. One second.
Oh, this wind, it's gone somewhere here only. I think our microphone went for a toss. Have you got it? Is it alive?
Yes. Hello. One second.
Is it alive?
Yes.
Okay, the microphone went for a toss. We will get it back. Snehashish is trying to trying to get the microphone back. It's in a better state than the Indian team. So don't worry. We will get the microphone back. Stashish, is it working?
Yes.
So let's do something. Let's sit down and do, because then we can control
it's
this. It's fine, no?
Yeah.
So just let's sit down. Sit down and then
Yes.
you can come here. Where has it gone now?
1 second.
Have you switched the video off or what?
Yeah,
That's fine. Now, fine. Sit down.
Yes.
Let's sit down, bhai, and we'll put a foot here. So we'll control this.
Suddenly the
Arey bhai, if India fielded like that, the way Snehashish tried to save that catch, boy, boom. This is the problem with the wind here in London. But you were making an important point about
Yeah, Radha Yadav.
Radha Yadav.
See, when we and Tushadi were quite shocked to see Radha Yadav in the World Cup squad, it is not that we hate Radha. We don't know Radha personally, right? It's like what she has done. Can you come up with a stat or something that she has done enough to be in this squad? I don't think so. Because if you will guys will say and might comment that she has won WPL, she has batted 1 innings, she has taken wickets, blah blah blah. She has done so well in Rising Superstars competition. She has so well in domestic red ball competition. It's all fine. It's all there. But what she has done for the senior team in recent times, she has not done that much impressive. And the pace, we have always talked about that. Radha Yadav, this on paper she is a spinner, but she bowls like a medium pacer. 95, 96 kilometer. Just compare the speed other spinners were bowling. Sophie Molyneux was bowling around 77 to 80. Chadani, throughout the tournament, she has bowled around 75 to 85. Yes, Deepti was also bowling a bit faster, 86, 88. But whoever the spinners that done well throughout the tournament, they have managed to adjust the speed. But I think in that particular aspect, Radha Yadav doesn't fit. Continuously bowled that 90 to 95 miles, and an Australian batter targeted her, and successfully they managed to do that. So I think in terms of consistency, and don't say to me that because of that one particular innings for RCB, she should be batting at number 5 or number 6 for India. That cannot happen. Then she should have batted at that position for RCB and scored run in a consistent manner for RCB as well. But overall, as I was saying that both me and Tushari have been saying about that, Radha Yadav cannot be in this side because of the performances that she did in Rising Superstar. In Rising Superstar, she was the most experienced players. She was leading the side.
Okay, in Rising Superstar,
Yeah.
Before that, our mic again literally
Yeah.
sort of went for a toss. We figured it out. Somehow Snehashish managed to half catch it. It went for a toss.
thankfully,
Yeah,
I've
your
been watching
comment-
India's practice sessions.
We'll take questions, but your comment on Radha Yadav.
We lost to UAE. We lost to UAE, and nobody performed in that match. We watched that match live. We did pre-show. We did post-show. In why Rising Superstar is even okay. First of all, that tournament cannot be a benchmark because it's a tournament against UAE, Sri Lanka A, and all those teams. It's Asia. It's the same thing. You win Asian Games and say it's as good as World Cup. It's the same thing if you win Rising Stars and say, oh, okay, if Radha is performing there, then Radha is brilliant. Okay, so Radha, first of all, you have already lost to UAE, which in itself is a huge deal. And where was Radha then? She did not win that match. She was the captain. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's take the question before everybody. Bhai, Vivek, yaar, I don't know what is your age, but please, भाई बोरिया भाई तुमने 4-5 बार पूछा है रिद्धिमान साहब बुला रहा है मैं 3 साल से उसको बुला रहा हूँ यार मैं 3 साल से उसको बुला रहा हूँ भाई रिद्धिमान साहब आजा यार आजा ये किताब पढ़ ले तेरा झूठ कर सब लिख दिया एटलीस्ट माफी मांग ले वो भाग गया यार वो सीएबी में मिलके आंख नहीं मिला सकता है क्या बुला रहा है यार मत बुलाओ बुलाओगे तो मैं गिफ्ट कर दूंगा दोबारा वो किताब और सारे झूठ सामने दोबारा आ जाएगा नहीं बुला रहा है बहुत दुख होता है क्योंकि वो नहीं बुलाता है वो बुलाएगा नहीं वो भाग गया छोड़ो
विवेक कुमार ये सब लिखे क्यों रहे हो?
मत लिखो फायदा नहीं होता है तुम सोच रहे हो
to sound cool.
I don't know.
Then you are sounding like an absolute fool.
Cool and fool. Tisha is in a limerick this thing today. Not bad. Asta Starlight. Criticism is fine, but the language isn't the same old. Kitchen jokes are back. They were clearly waiting for the who are people who are saying
These are
this
people like Vivek.
yeah, morons, boss. I mean, somebody who says so. If the men lose, by the way, between 7 and 2024, the men did not win a T20 World
Yeah.
Cup for 17
So
years.
all of them should have gone to kitchen.
So yeah, I mean, go and do what you want. I don't know what you want to do. I mean, then say that about the men.
You
Then
know
say
what,
that about the
Astha,
men.
I actually wanted to say something. What happens is generally because 5 people, 10 people, and happens to me as well. Because as a woman, you know, life is very tough. The moment you do not perform, people say, "Oh, tumhara jagah to kitchen mein." So I understand where you're coming from, but the difference is, do not listen to those people, but do listen to criticism and do criticize the team because they are wrong. They have done a lot of mistakes. I'm not saying they're wrong per se. They have done a lot of mistakes. Let's talk about that. If somebody says that women belong to the kitchen, then it's fine. I mean, you already know that.
Let me first also say this, that if you are in the kitchen and you're doing a fine job, then you're doing something extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a chef,
Yeah.
I mean, I bet my bottom dollar. I mean, come on, boss. I mean, you are a good chef.
And
A
cooking
Michelin,
is an art.
it's an art. I mean, if anyone denigrates
My
the
mom is
kitchen,
great at it.
if you
Mom's-
anyone denigrates the kitchen,
Yeah.
is the
Food,
biggest
yeah.
idiot that one can come across. So let's not even get there. Harman should continue to lead, says Arvind. Astha Starlight, nothing against Shefali, but she scored 34 of 26 when Jemmy was 36 of 28. That's only a 2-ball difference, and she paid the power play. Important point. That power play more intense.
Yes, you know, this is where Boriada and Snehashish, I think Harman spoke in the toss. The words and actions didn't match in yesterday's game for sure. You know, if they wanted to enjoy the game, they wanted to play freely. And I know Jemmy is receiving a lot of flack for her innings, and she was out of sorts. She was completely out of sorts, not only yesterday. Let's face it, she was out of sorts throughout the World Cup. The only period, I thought 5 to 7 balls in that Bangladesh match where she played those exquisite shots, when I turned to Snehashish and said, if this woman can play these shots, then why does she play those stupid shots? Yeah.
Long on.
Yeah.
Over long on.
Over long on. And I was like, this woman can play these shots. This is why I keep backing Jemmy. And then she goes and plays stupid strokes for no apparent reason. So I understand what you're saying. And I thought, Boriada, apart from that South Africa game and a bit of Bangladesh game, I did think that even Shafali has been extremely poor throughout this campaign.
Okay, the fans are divided. The viewers, sorry, they are divided. So okay, take this and then all three of us can answer this one.
Yeah.
Prodipto Bhattacharya says why Richa Ghosh was not sent early.
Yeah, I think we all were quite shocked to see, in the last over they took the decision of the if they were planning to take that decision, they should have taken, I think, after 16 or 17th overs easily. I think you cannot expect any player, whoever it is, you cannot expect even MS to come out in the 19th over and smash 6 sixes of 6 of 6 balls. It is impossible to do. And it was quite sharp. And not only this call, I think throughout the campaign we have seen so many calls, and this has been the talk of the town, that when and where India should send Richa Ghosh. What will be the ideal situation? There are so many chances where India could have sent Richa Ghosh and things could have been better for Team India in terms of chasing a total or maybe posting a total, but they completely
But here's my problem, Snehashish. I thought India has solved that problem during the practice game. In the second practice game, Richa had showed what she's capable of if you send her around the 12th over or 13th over. And once you have solved that problem, Boriada, this is a bigger issue. How do you go back to the same problem?
I didn't understand that, and I said it even during the game, if you remember. Why are you not retiring Jemmy out? I was getting a little frustrated from the 17th over, and my issue is the 14th over, you had a drinks break.
Yes.
You had the coach there, you had the whole support staff there, you had Harmanpreet Kaur out there batting.
Yes.
So you could have just calibrated. She's seeing Jemima.
Yeah.
She's talking to Jemima every ball that, oh, you're not being able to connect it. So the captain, coach, both out there during that drinks break, take the call, replace her.
Yeah.
It is all for the team. Ultimately, it's not about why did you wait till the last ball of the 20th over to send Richa Ghosh in. I didn't understand that at all. Okay. So that's the Richa Ghosh part. Astha Starlight, I'll answer this and then we'll go to the Harman point. You're asking, by the way, I think I get where you're coming from. I know this should be normal, but it was really nice to see Virat, Shikhar, Anushka and Ravi supporting the women in blue. This kind of genuine respect and support, exactly how it should be. I don't think it's even relevant, because suppose a Mithali Raj or a Jhulan Goswami goes to support the men's game. Will you say this? No, you won't. So then why is it a big deal that Virat Kohli or Ravi Shastri comes and supports the women? It's only natural. They are in London, they've come. Have they flown in from India and come to support? No, they haven't. They were in London. All of them. Virat lives here, Ravi stays here for the Wimbledon. They were around Lords, they've come and watched a game. Big deal. I mean, how is that any different? And if it is, then Mithali and Jhulan coming to a men's game, or these people should all be celebrated. I don't think any big deal should be made of anybody coming to support. By the way, the girls don't need it. The girls don't need it. Simple as that. Okay, on Harman, multiple people. Arvind says Harman should be retained and should be captain, should continue to lead. There are others saying, quite a few people saying Harman's time is up. Syed Nizamuddin saying Harman's time is up. Captaincy, it's time for Smriti to take over. So what's your take on this? Yes or no?
Yes, Harman's time as a captain, not as a player. As a player, I think she can still play, but as a captain, and I'll give you logic. It is not about liking, disliking Harman at all. It is a simple logic. Harman took T20 captaincy in 2016. And I was telling him that. And this is 2026, Boryada. We do not have a single World Cup. But between 2016 to 2026, we have 5 WPLs. We have been playing in WBBL. We have been, touring important countries. Like we have had Australia tours, we have had England tours, South Africa tours. I mean, think of the lineup that you had before this World Cup. You toured Australia, then you toured South Africa, then you toured England And last year you toured England. This year also you toured England just before the World Cup. So you have had enough practice. What I think is, it isn't even about how good or bad Harman is. I think it's about fresh perspective. India now needs a fresh perspective, and your best option is Smriti. Because I would have said Jemmy, and I still say that Jemmy has leadership quality, but Jemmy first needs to sort out her batting and perform regularly or consistently. Not only for India, she needs to first start with DC. Sort her batting, and then I think she's a very, very good leadership material. I always said Shafali. I think Shafali was another option in my head. But the problem is with Shafali is again the same thing, 30s, no. Unfortunately, yes, there was somebody who said, what you guys are saying, that Harman is also not consistent. But there are clutch matches where she has performed. And that is one more reason where Smriti comes in. That yes, this World Cup was horrid for Smriti. I agree. But Smriti is someone who's more consistent than most of the team, has been there as the vice captain of Harman for a long time. Your option is Smriti. And I think it should not be about the captain alone, Boryada. I know Amol sir.
No. I was just discussing this, that before you came, that in fact Snehashish and I, that on this show only, right? Yes. On this show only, that what about the coaching staff?
Yeah.
I pointed out 3 mistakes. I didn't get the Richa Ghosh point yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't get the Prema Rawat point.
Yeah.
Why would you do this to Prema Rawat?
And everybody in the team will ideally feel insecure, because having been there and have felt that, what do you think of this? Suppose in women's tour, right? And I will give this example. We sit and we plan for a year. If you said in one women's tour, X will go.
And then the next one
will not go. And for no apparent reason.
I agree.
Then I will be insecure of him, he will be insecure of me. And what are you gaining from that? Zilch, because I'm not performing my best by being third.
I totally agree, because see, we have created specialists. We have created these two as our women's cricket specialists. We've created Rohan for our Olympic, Paralympic. We have created Rohit Juglan, Shubhayan for Shomik, Vaibhav, Debashish, men's cricket. We have created Rahul, Somnath, these people for football. So we have been able to do that. Now, if next door Snehashish doesn't go, somebody else goes, and for what? I'm not saying others shouldn't go. I'm not saying that, but you also need to ensure that you don't just change for the sake of change.
Yeah.
I didn't get why India kept doing that number 3 position.
Like we have decided India Zimbabwe tour, somebody will go.
Because it's a relatively easier tour. So you prepare someone, get them ready, then give them the big tours, obviously. And like, think about it. And the only thing you will say is left, right. But isn't number 3 a specialized position?
Exactly.
Is it number 3, boss? Number 3. You will say,
After that,
okay,
you can play around with the batting order. But
number three, you have Jamie, you have Yastika. Okay, left, right, left, right. Did you even get a settled 11 in the World Cup, Snehashish?
No.
I don't think India had a settled 11.
No, I think even today, I think they are not sure about their playing 11.
Yes.
Yes, so I think throughout the tournament, I think it was quite evident in that England series that Tushadi was mentioning. I think that was the last time when they tried so many combinations, but we thought that maybe heading into that first game against Pakistan, they will come up with a better playing 11, sorted playing 11. But still, throughout the tournament also, we saw that changes and chopping and changes happening. Yes, some forced changes like Sriyanka Patil getting injured, that okay, but for that is only for one spot. But if you ask me, apart from 5-6 batters, rest of the team got changes, game by game. So I think that has been the problem, and I think whenever
that is where you see the difference, right? For example,
Someone saying
Boliaga,
Richa Ghosh should be upcoming captain.
I don't think Richa has
Done anything to be captain?
I don't think Richa has that potential leadership qualities, unfortunately. Maybe in the future, but right now I don't think she's ready. That part is there. But the other thing which I was trying to point out is, say for example, I'll take Nandini Sharma and Lucy Hamilton, same franchisee and same WPL, which fast forwarded them to their first World Cup, right? But see the difference with.
You keep your hand.
Yeah.
This is what it is. Yesterday, she was so upset. This is what she has done to her.
I have not done.
This is what she was crying. Let her deny.
I was crying in a lot of pain, but yeah,
Mental pain.
mental pain though was there. But as I was saying, both fast forwarded into the Indian team in the World Cup because of their WPL performance. And see the difference. Lucy Hamilton was brought into the side. She was not picking up wickets. She was economical, but she did not pick up wickets. When it came to the Indian game, Snehashish and I were actually continuously chatting about this, that Megan Shute has a good record and the experience of a knockout sort of a game. It was not knockout for Australia, but of course it was an important game. But this is why they make players. They back Lucy Hamilton and think of Lucy Hamilton. If I am Lucy Hamilton, I'm thinking, okay, I'm important to the team, important enough for them to back me and not over Megan Shute, and not bring in Megan Shute just because I'm the young one. And think of Nandini. Nandini is thinking, oh, I am the replaceable one. The moment Amanjot and Kashvi is back, whether Kranti has performed, whether Renuka has performed or not, they'll stay because I will be the new one and I'll be thrown out. So this kind of brings all the insecurity.
Good point. And by the way, there's a super chat. We'll take this.
Yeah.
Peter Parker, 8147.
Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Sneha Shisha's friend. He went to Trafalgar Square where the Spider-Man shoot was there. Trisha had taken him and he was very happy. So he's taken photographs in the same.
Yes.
So Peter Parker is asking, Indian women fast bowling capability way below England, Australia, South Africa. Throw some light on that. By the way, really love Rev Sports coverage. Indian hockey is doing well. Looking for some discussion. Hello. Indian hockey is doing extremely well in the last month or so with the Pro League. And we have got all of that on the platform. Aap dekho, we had the Short Marina interview. We had copies on all matches, whether it is India, Pakistan, India, Britain, India, Germany, India, Holland.
अगर हमसे सारे discussion expect करो तो हम पूरा ही discuss करेंगे.
And by the way, मैं आपको ये भी बता दूं, Peter Parker, that हम लोग शायद एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म है जो हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप में भी कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट भेज रहे हैं. हॉकी वर्ल्ड कप में नेदरलैंड्स एंड बेल्जियम. आप राहुल गिरी को देखोगे, वो 12 या 13 अगस्त को पहुंच जाएगा नेदरलैंड्स एंड बेल्जियम, और पूरा टूर्नामेंट वहीं से कवर होगा. मैंने आज ही उसका वीजा सबके लिए हम लोगों ने अप्लाई कर दिया है. एक्रेडिटेशन हो चुका है, फ्लाइट्स हो गया, होटल्स हो गया, सब हो गया. सो राहुल गिरी विल बी देयर. सो हम लोग हर स्पोर्ट करेंगे, टू द बेस्ट ऑफ आवर एबिलिटी करेंगे. लोग बोलेगा कैसे कर रहा है, कर तो रहे हैं भाई. वही है, मुझे कितना लोग बोला था 2 साल में बंद हो जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. सब जगह तुम लोग आदमी भेज पाओगे, तुम लोग जा पाओगे. देखो यार, जा तो रहे. Snehashish, answer the first one, fast bowling.
Yes, there is a concern. Obviously, you can say that okay, Amanjot, Gordon, but they are not the premium fast bowlers. What is fast bowling? I think the pace, the raw pace we are missing. If you see for someone like Annabelle Sutherland, Trishadi, we are seeing that Annabelle Sutherland is also bowling at 114-15. And I think for us currently, I think in this slot, I think you have only Kranti Gaur can
And
bowl.
the variation also.
Yes.
Sutherland's faster
Is 114.
115 or
Yes.
14.
Yeah.
And her
And then
slow is
91. So like 20 to 25 kilometer difference.
Yeah.
So it will be very difficult for any batter
Yeah.
to understand that. So I think that is where I think we are lacking. Whether we are getting bowlers around bowling 102, 103, or maybe for someone like Nandini, maybe 105. Only Kranti Gaur can touch 110, 112 mark. But again, she is lacking consistency. Maybe one game, two game, and then in the upcoming next three games, you might see her bowling around 9900. So I think that has been the problem. And when you don't practice those kind of pace at nets also, it will make you struggle when you are facing them as opposition. At that happened, to Shefali Verma facing that 122-kilometer bouncer from Shabnam Ismail. She was nowhere there to tackle that. So I think that has been the problem. And for India, I think WPL can be a big stage to find out some new talents. But again, the consistency.
To give WPL
Yes,
at least 5
time.
more
Yes.
Yes. And I think the team management also comes with a big role here to help them maintaining that speed. It shouldn't happen that the player is coming from WPL or whatever, and she's getting, she's having that speed, but somehow going into the international fixtures and all, she's starting to losing that speed. That cannot happen. And that in that part, I think the strength and conditioning and the team management should play a big role.
Okay. On that note, somebody has asked that we should ask people to be respectful in their criticism. Before the ICC put out the thing against toxicity, we have been writing about toxicity for the longest time because we've all faced toxicity ourselves. So I am work in progress totally with you. We say it every day.
We say it every day because we face it every day.
Yeah, because people take liberties because they think they are behind a veil.
Yeah.
They think they are keyboard warriors. You don't come in front. Who are these people? They are no one. I mean, their criticism is of no value. Their praise is of zero value.
Somewhere I had said Indian team has to improve their fitness, and somebody said you have to. I mean, okay, great. I am fat. I agree, but I am not the one who's playing. When I was playing, by the way, I can still show you pictures. Today morning, I was actually showing him some of the pictures. He was like, Trishadi. So when I was playing, I was fit enough. When I'm not playing, he will tell me if there's a problem.
Point. I was about to say that if what I expect of Trisha, she's not delivering, I'll say, boss, come on. It is because of fitness or your mental fitness or what, I don't know. Get that right. As long as that is fine and she's delivering superbly well, that's her job. So the players need to do their job. We need to do our job. So again, be respectful. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Don't be cheerleaders. That doesn't help the sport either. There are many around. It is not our job to name them, So
there
don't
are many masquerading as journalists also.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've said this, that some of them masquerade as journalists. All of them. Don't be either. Don't be cheerleaders or don't be people who will take the liberty of saying whatever you like just because you have social media in front. Be respectful, dignified, gracious, because it shows your upbringing. Ultimately, who you are is also reflected by your actions. So keep that in mind. For now, that's all we have. We will continue to kind of, do coverage, whether it is the post-mortem, whether it is the build-up to the women's test, the semi-finals, one tomorrow and one, on the second. Trisha and Snehashish will drive the coverage. For the men in Durham, you will have Rohit Juglan and Amit Shah.
Snehashish has to drive. My one hand is not working.
Yeah, I mean, Snehashish will drive Trisha also, by the way. So because we have an injured player here. So we'll continue to build all of the stuff. There's one final super chat. Do you think India made a mistake opting to bat?
In social
Karthik Aryan.
Karthik Narayan. Karthik Narayan, in digital media, if you write anything in caps lock, it means shouting. So I'll tell you, in that caps lock shouting, yes. What did you expect? How much were you going to score against Australia, and how much did you think was going to be enough? With Australia, so now with Lucy Hamilton batting at number 11, the only person who cannot bat for Australia are the people who are not playing. Australia is batting till 11, and all of them are big hitters of the ball. What did you expect? If India expected to score 220, the way Indian batting was performing in this World Cup, you were not going to get to 220 again. Australia has been the best economic wise, in this World Cup. So you were never going to get 220. You had to chase. While I buy the point, in fact, I spoke to a former cricketer. She said important game probably they wanted, and rightfully so, they wanted runs on the board. But with Australia, no runs on the board is enough. In fact, if you look at how Australia plays T20Is, the games that they lose, most of them are when they bat first, because they want to go for that all out, all out 200 250, and they lose the way. The other thing which India should have thought of, Boriada, if you look at experience in an important game, that matters, which we saw in Harman's innings. She used all her experience. She was fantastic. But if you look at as a bunch, are our bowlers more experienced or our batters? So who should have taken more pressure? Had to be our batters, but our batters didn't. So bad decision at the toss itself. And you cannot put it on Harman alone. But this is where I'm saying a fresh perspective is needed. And this is not, Harman is not the problem alone. The point is, I think it's stagnated. 10 years, you have done whatever she has done. Yeah. Now pass the baton.
And you can continue other formats. So that's also there. You can continue to be.
ODIs, why do we need
exactly.
to give
up? So you continue with the other formats. Okay. On that note, thank you very much for watching. I'm told every day by Snehashish, why don't you say subscribe and ring the notification bell? So I'm saying it now. Honor me and humor me, and ring the notification bell and subscribe, and keep commenting, because it keeps us going. Keep supporting the coverage. I know India's not there, but the coverage will continue from the Oval.
After that, we will start covering the 100
women's test, and now first the women's test match. I mean, that will be a historic occasion. 35,000 tickets sold already at Lord's.
He has got he has bought 2 suits for that.
You bought suits?
Yes.
Wow.
One for the final, one for the.
Wow. Lovely. So with a suit, he can possibly get into the long room if you can swing it. With a suit, you are allowed.
Okay.
Yeah, with a suit, I mean, you have to take permission, but take him to the museum for sure and see if you can get him into
yesterday I spoke to the guy, and he said, yeah, museum. And he's tempting me. He's saying, last time you bought 10 books, no? This time we have better books. I said, no, I can't buy.
So, but take him. But good to see. I mean, good, very good. But Snehashish, lovely. Sending some pictures. So all the very best, folks. Keep watching and keep supporting. Oops.
Oh, 12